Hey, you fearless dragon riders. This audio is about to drop Game of Thrones spoilers. So old that they're etched in the crypts of Winterfell. This show's been around longer than Tyrion's wine tab, so if you're still dodging plot twists, you're gutsier than Dany storming King's Landing. Dive in at your own risk. Legendary, just a tad behind adventure. Let's kick up some Westerosi chaos. Welcome, rogues and royals, to Long Live the Queen, where we storm the empires of history and fantasy, crowns blazing and secrets smoldering in the ashes. I'm your guide through dragonfire and marble halls, your torchbearer in the mist, shining a light on two colossal powers that forged worlds. Valyria, the molten heart of Westeros' ancient legends, and Rome, the iron spine of the ancient world. These aren't just empires of stone and steel, they're crucibles of fate, crafting conquests, cultures, and betrayals with the fury of a storm at dusk. Grab your cloak, down your ale, and let's breach these storied realms with the drama of a siege at midnight. Picture Valyria, ablaze with dragonfire, where sorcerers ride winged beasts and obsidian spires pierce the heavens. Or Rome, gleaming with marble, where legends march and senators scheme. Two empires, mightier than any throne, pulse with ambition, glory, and ruin. Let's meet our titans. Valyria, the freehold of Game of Thrones, was a volcanic empire in Essos, its dragon lords wielding fire and magic to rule for millennia, their legacy haunting Westeros through Targaryen blood and broken blades. It's the forge of dragons, sorcery, and conquest, where power burned bright and fell in a cataclysm. Rome, sprawling from the Tiber to the edges of the known world, was a 1,000-year juggernaut, reborn as a republic. Crowned by its emperors, its aqueducts, and legions shaping history, both are cauldrons of dominion, weaving destinies like a bard's epic verse. Will they shine like a hero's saga, or crumble like a forgotten ballad? First, let's slip into their war rooms to see how these empires forged their might. Valyria was Essos' molten spear, the volcanic peninsula fortress of fire and stone, commanding trade routes from Slaver's Bay to the Narrow Sea. Its dragon lords, astride beasts like Valyrian, wielded unmatched power. Maester's scrolls claim they burned entire cities to ash. Valyria's forges crafted Valyrian steel, blades like ice and Longclaw, sharper than any mortal metal. Its navy, powered by sorcery, dominated seas. But its over-reliance on dragons and magic was its Achilles heel. The doom of Valyria, a volcanic cataclysm, obliterated its capital in a day, leaving only ruins of the smoking sea. Valyria's strength was its fiery supremacy, but its hubris, ignoring slave revolts and seismic warnings, ignited its own pyre. Rome, by contrast, was the ancient world's iron fist, its Tiber-based city-state growing to rule from Britain to Babylon. Its legends, disciplined and armored, conquered Carthage, razed Corinth, and subdued Gaul under Julius Caesar. Rome's strategic genius lay in its infrastructure. Stone roads stretched 50,000 miles, speeding legions and trade. Aqueducts watered 1 million citizens. Its navy, built after reverse engineering Carthaginian ships, ruled the Mediterranean, securing grain from Egypt. Historical sources praise Rome's adaptability. Its republican checks balanced power, but its internal strife exposed cracks. Rome's strength was its disciplined sprawl, but its expansion strained resources, inviting barbarian incursions by the 5th century CE. Valyria is a blazing comet, its dragons and sorcery torching foes, but burning out in cataclysm. Think the doom swallowing its spires. Rome's a tempered blade, its legions and roads carving an empire, yet stretched thin by ambition. Think Visigoths sacking Rome in 410 CE. Valyria's edge is mythic terror, a firestorm that awed nations, but its magic blinded it to ruin. Rome's edge is methodical might, a machine that outlasted centuries, but its sprawl bred corruption. Valyria's wild gamble, soaring in dragon wings, but crashing in flames. Rome's a seasoned general, enduring, but eroded by time. Let's talk about soul, because these empires aren't just stone. Valeria was Essos' molten crucible, its obsidian halls pulsing with dragonfire and sorcery, its dragon lords, bound by blood and magic, worship gods like Valyrian and Vagar. Their rituals, forging steel in dragonfire, sacrificing slaves, shaping the culture of dominance. Maester's tales speak of Valyrian art, glass candles that burned without flame, mosaics of conquests, and songs of dragon riders soaring over the 14 flames. Its language, High Valyrian, birthed dialects in Bravos and Volantis, while its myths of Aenar Targaryen's prophetic flight before the doom, or the faceless men, born in Volantis mines, haunt Westeros. Valyria forged a culture of awe and terror, but its decadence bred cruelty, enslaving millions and ignoring omens, as when the 14 flames erupted, swallowing its glory. Rome was the ancient world's cultural forge, its forum buzzing with Latin oratory and marble temples to Jupiter and Mars. Its culture blended Etruscan mysticism, Greek philosophy, and Roman pragmatism. Myths of Romulus and Remus, suckled by the she-wolf, guided Rome's fate, defined its proud identity. Rome's culture might shone in its games, chariot races in the Circus Maximus, gladiators in the Colosseum, and its laws, like the 12 tables, binding diverse peoples. But its excess bred vice, from Nero's orgies to the mob's bread and circus demands, weakening its core by the 4th century CE. Valyria is a fiery hymn, its sorcery and dragon lore a blazing dance that awed the world and burned itself out. Rome's a marble blade, its laws and myths a polished scroll, but its decadence dulled its edge. Valeria's tales are primal, tied to fire and blood. Rome's are layered, blending myth with order. Valyria is undone by its cruel ambition, enslaving souls to fuel its flames. Rome's undone by its own excess, its grandeur masking rot. Who'd you cheer for in a clash of cultural glory? Valeria's molten blaze or Rome's eternal scroll? Valyria is Westeros' lost star, its legacy etched in the Targaryen dynasty that conquered the 7 kingdoms. Aegon I's invasion in 1 AC, riding Valyrian, forged the Iron Throne, while Valyrian steel and dragonglass armed heroes like Jon Snow against the Walkers. Its free cities, Bravos and Volantis, carry its blood, laws, and architecture, while its myths, like the Doom's apocalypse, fuel the song of ice and fire. But its scars are deep. Doom's ash buried its capital. Slave revolts birthed the faceless men. Valyria's legacy is a flame that shapes Westeros, throne of fire that never rests, but it cost a cycle of ruin and rebirth. Rome is the ancient world's eternal heart, its legacy shaping Europe's laws, languages, and borders. Its roads and aqueducts stood centuries after its fall in 476 CE, while its Latin birthed Romance languages, and its Codex Justinianus inspired medieval law. Rome's conquests expanded civilization, but its Pax Romana, a 200-year peace, cemented its glory. Rome's legacy is a chronicle tagged eternal in a city that defines the West like its own forged iron, though its overreach invited collapse. Valyria is a wild epic, its legacy a blazing thread that runs Westeros, weaving conquest and prophecy, but its fire, doom, slavery burned its heart. Rome's a steady pulse, its impact a shield for the West's soul, enduring sacks and time, but its sprawl bred decay. Valyria is a saga's cry, vital but doomed to ash. Rome's a civilian verse, eternal but heavy with rot. Valyria shapes Westeros like a dragon's flame. Rome defines the world like a river's flow. Both teach us empires don't just stand. They write the tale. So who rules the ages in this imperial arena? Valyria, Essos' molten star, is your rogue's champion. Chaotic, mythic, the forge we'd curse and crave. Its dragonfire weaves wars, sorcery, and legends. But its hubris, slavery, cataclysm, its fatal flaw. Rome, the ancient world's noble heart, is the strategist's pick. Steady, a crown with hardship and glory. Its roads and laws carry centuries, but its excess risks blinding its soul to its own cracks. In the end, it's not about who wins. It's about the stories they shape in fire and stone. Valyria is the vow we fear, a wildfire oath that scorches the heart, roams the banner we raise, a chronicle bridging earth and eternity. Empires are the true kings, forging worlds with every blaze. So who's your empire, listeners? Valyria's dragon roaring chaos in the flames, or Rome's eagle soaring steady through the ages? Send us your ravens at longlivethequeenpodcast@gmail.com. Slide into our DMs on Facebook or Instagram at Long Live the Queen Podcast, or join the Royal Court on Patreon for extended episodes and bonus content and a seat at the high table. The link is in the show description. Until next time, keep your blades sharp and your drama bolder than dragon fire.